I don't know about y'all, but I'm so tired of this weather. And that's coming from somebody who actually enjoys storms, enjoys the weather. I can honestly say, ever since Hurricane Helene, up in these mountains, the weather hasn't felt normal. And I was affected by Hurricane Helene so much so I didn't have power for 2 weeks. And that's not saying anything to what happened to people around me. I was one of the few bridges on this creek that actually stood up. There was probably, I think, 2, maybe 3 bridges that stayed. About 4 or something that was taken out. But ever since Hurricane Helene, it has been a wet fall, a wet winter, a wet spring, and it seems to already be a wet summer. We just had a hellacious storm come through again, once again. Yesterday evening it started, and I mean, it got eerie. And then it just wide open, poured, storm, lightning, thunder, rumbling, shaking. Woke up this morning, no power on the creek, trees down. And it just hasn't felt right in my spirit since Hurricane Helene. And then you want to talk about last month, the month of June? I know what I heard above me the morning of Hurricane Helene. And let's just say the skies were after it. Almost felt like I was in the 90s again. And then all of a sudden, you just look up and you got all this traffic up there. And I mean, all of us have seen it in the States. We've all seen these trails in the sky. You don't even need to watch the Weather Channel anymore. Just look up. You see trails, you know it's about to rain, you know it's about to storm. But the month of June, this past month of June in 2025, when I tell you I ain't never heard so much movement above my head in the 3 years I've lived on this property. And we've had some crazy storms. And I know storms and weather and all that stuff, but when I tell you that my spirit has not been settled when it comes to this, and you know what's funny? You can sit here and quote a book all you want, but you don't really understand the book. You don't really understand the depths of it. You don't really understand the enemy in which we're up against. You don't really understand the ancient technology that they washed away after the flood. Just like, you know, the ancient world underneath our feet on the same soil in which I'm talking about right now. They're trying to make a prophecy come true. All you got to do is look up. Air and principality is what we're up against, correct? And to the third parties that are at play, sitting here fiddling around like it's their playground up there, congratulations, you have officially cursed your bloodline. And it will take generations to undo what you have done. But that's fine. Y'all can keep trying to play God all you want, because you ain't gonna win. The Most High, when I tell you guys, I can sit out here for an hour and hear 30 to 50 planes. I'm not even joking. In these mountains, I've sat here for 3 years, but I've been in this region for 8 years now. And I've wanted to sit here and make this message for a few months now. And especially after last month, the month of June, how I couldn't even sit outside and enjoy the birds like I normally do without hearing y'all above my head constantly. And then watching a beautiful sky turn into the Sahara Desert after your little trails. Buddy. You guys don't know who you're messing with. You really don't know who you're messing with. And you can tell that to your boss's boss's boss. The one you serve that doesn't serve the greater good of humanity. Because your boss's boss's boss knows exactly who I am. And as I sit here and see these other videos throughout this country of the weather that is happening in your guys' backyard, I hope you guys truly understand the war that is truly prevalent in today's world. And it ain't got nothing to do with the physicality of it. It ain't no guns and bombs and whatever. The real war is in the spirit. It ain't nothing felt right since Hurricane Helene. It's gotten so bad. I let them know what's up, how I feel when they want to sit here and go across my head, above my head all the time. And then all of a sudden we got these crazy storms just rolling in. Out of nowhere. Just rolling in. The weather people, they don't even know how to call the weather anymore. But after last month, June, y'all think this is some kind of joke? The God of this world knows his time is very short. That's why it's picking up. And you can believe whatever you want out of a book that isn't even that old, made by a man that I would want nothing to do with. That King James guy, yeah, you should read about him and get to know just a little bit more about him and understand. You'll be able to actually decode the book instead of taking it so literally. You'll actually be able to decode it. You'll understand that ancient times had the technology far more advanced than what we are right now in modern day. They've just been utilizing it in the back room for their own purposes. Now they're bluntly putting it in our faces. All you got to do is look up. But if you're somebody that's sitting here waiting on a savior, you don't understand what I'm saying. Because you understand that you got to save yourself. You understand that the consciousness of Christ, and you got to demand the air and principalities against the evilness. Many are called, but few are chosen, correct? What do you think the chosen ones are here to do? While you sit here and wait on your savior, the chosen ones, they're actually here to do the work of the Most High. And what does that entail? No weapon shall prosper against Mama Gaia, Mother Earth. And you get into the spirit of it, you believe it, you demand it, and you know it to be true. And you hold that frequency. Because you have the power within you. Once you stop waiting on somebody to save you, because the moment you're actually sitting here waiting on somebody to save you, that's the enemy siphoning all your energy, letting you stay in a fear-based and fearing God, or I don't even know. Your God, if you fear God, that's the God I don't serve. I serve the Most High, and the Most High ain't got nothing to do with fear. Because we understand what we're up against. Like I said, no weapon shall prosper against Mama Gaia. And for the ones that know exactly what I'm talking about, get in the spirit and demand it. And know it to be true. If we do this as a collective, that's exactly what they don't want. That's why they want to keep us divided, and that's why they want to keep you in a fear state of mind, sitting and waiting on a savior, because the savior is the exact example of the chosen ones that they're talking about in that book. Pretty close to the same walk. That's why many are called, but few are chosen. And yes, the chosen has to do with souls as well as frequency and DNA and etc. But we're talking about the weather right now. It's time that we demand the air and principalities. No. It's time we demand that no weapon shall prosper against us, Mama Gaia, or the Most High. If you work for the Most High, then you understand what we're up against. But if you're serving a God that might throw you in the lake of fire, I'm not talking to you. It's time for the chosen ones to step up. Because now they're playing in our face. And it's about time we come here and we do what we're supposed to do. And the time is now. Demand the air and principalities. Get in the spirit. Call your power back. And do what you came here to do.